Hi, I'm Robert. I take Tai Chi classes at the Nifty 50s in Coatbridge. This short video is just to introduce you to some of the principles of movement. These apply not just to Tai Chi, but to any form of exercise or movement, including at work. I've got a wee mnemonic that I use. It's just RABC, RABC, and a few other letters that help me to remember what they are. The first one is about relaxation. Now, most of us hold too much tension in our bodies even when we think we're relaxed. So what you do is just to stand with your feet about hip width apart, lift and drop your shoulders, just unlock your knees a little, just to try and relax and have a reasonable posture. Okay, the next one is about the alignment. That's the position that the body's in and how we move. For example, if you're a wee bit rounded in the neck and you try to raise your arms, you might just get them this high. Straighten and get your shoulders back, you can raise your arms much higher. Also, if you're doing a squatting movement, a lot of people, their knees go in front of their toes, which is quite dangerous for the knees. So it's important that when you're doing a squat, that you sit back as if you're sitting back in a chair and keep your knees behind your toes. So there's a safety element to proper alignment as well. So then we've got relaxation and we've got alignment. The next one after that is breathing. Now in Tai Chi we breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, and we try to breathe into our tummy. Breathing into your tummy, or a diaphragm breathing, allows your diaphragm to drop and your lungs to fill in the lower half. If we breathe high up into your chest, you tend to lift your shoulders and get tension. So we want relaxation, good alignment and good breathing technique, even technique. We also coordinate our breathing with the movement, with the music. And that's the next one, coordination. We then have centering. The centre of your body, in this area here, it's like a girdle of strength in this area. In Tai Chi we call this the lower dantian, one of the energy centres of the body. It's also the physical centre of gravity. Now, to be centred, you can be centred mentally as well as physically. You need to focus about what we're doing, how you're breathing, your body alignment, listening to the music. Now, to concentrate and do all of these at one time would be very difficult. So we practice various parts of it one at a time until you get them off correctly. So after that we have the flow of movement. If you watch someone doing Tai Chi, let me just go into this slightly high horse stance, just make a movement. So it's a flowing, slow flowing movement. That helps also to reduce tension. Now you say, why do we go slow? Let me just give you an example. If you move your arm like this, fast, you start off with a lot of energy and then the rest of it is just by momentum. But if you do the movement slowly, you're controlling the muscle movement all the way through. So if we stop at this point, you're having to hold your arm in that position. Sometimes movements can be, we can go from movement to static and still be using a lot of muscles in our body. The next thing is about stamina and stability. When you're doing Tai Chi, you might think that's not going to develop strength or stamina, but it does. For example, again in this horse stance position, you might be standing in that position for quite a while. So these muscles, you need a lot of to build local muscle endurance in them. When we're talking about stability, stability is closely related to balance. If you're standing in one leg, with your eyes open, you should be able to do this for at least 20 seconds. So try that sometime. If you can't do it for 20 seconds, then you're at risk of a fall. There are various exercise programs designed to help people to do a single leg standing exercises and increase the length of time they can do it. But Tai Chi is one of these, and it helps quite a bit for it. There's also an exercise program part of Tai Chi called Chi Kung, and I'll just show you one of the movements. It's actually a static position that we move into. So before we do that, taking into account the other things we're talking about, relaxation and alignment and a nice flow of movement, I want you to think of that you're walking into the sea or into a swimming pool, and just let your arms float up to the side. If I said to you, I want you to hold your hands your arms up like this for 1 minute, you'd say, oh, I can do that. But after 10-20 seconds, you find the tension building up in the shoulder and find it very difficult. But it's a lot easier to do if you're using the minimum amount of muscles in your body. The best way to do that is to imagine that there's either strings in your hand like a puppet in the backs of your hands, or you're walking into water and just floating up. This is a Qi Kung exercise. You can hold this for a minute, even up to 3 minutes. And I'll just show you 2 others of these movements that are very similar. Just imagine you're holding a ball in front of you. You've got that shape. Now drop your hands. Now again, think of walking into water. Float your hands up to here. And again, hold this position for 1 minute, if possible. And you can over time train yourself to do it for up to 3 minutes. The third one, I'll just turn sideways for this. Just move your hands up into this position. Again, you might think that'd be quite difficult to hold that for any length of time. So drop them again. Start off, float them up into this position. Then you hold that there for a full minute, if you can, and build it up to 3 minutes.